Dividends of democracy is a term that has been so frequently used in the course of this political dispensation to portray a sense of fulfillment for delivery of the basic necessities of living by those in authority. However, for the people of Oluyole federal constituency of Oyo State, ably represented by Tolulope Akande-Sadipe in the House of Representatives, the condition of the 45-kilometer road reflects nothing close to dividends of democracy. It is a story that is woven around a contract award for the rehabilitation of that road, the failure of the contractor to deliver on deadline, and how the attempted intervention of the people's representatives in the matter is all now the source of all manners of controversy. Well, we're now being joined by Honorable Tolulope Akande-Sadipe for a brief chat. Thank you so much for answering our call and joining us today on the program. Thank you for joining us this afternoon on Newsday. We wanted to give our audience a more in-depth understanding of what it is that is going on between the contractors and the constituency and your claims of blackmail, slander, and of course the 45-kilometer road that only has 1 kilometer completed since 2018.
Thank you for having me on your show. I'm very glad to be here and to be able to express what's actually going on and what has gone on. This road is about a road in my constituency. My name is Honorable Tolu Akande-Sadipe, as you all know, and I'm the member representing Oluyole Federal Constituency in Oyo State. When I started my political campaign in 2018, the communities approached me and told me they needed something very important from me, their road, which has been ongoing, and yet they're not seeing any progress. So I made a promise to them that if I am elected, that I will ensure that I do something about the road. So as soon as I was elected, they approached me again, and they wrote to me. I asked them actually to petition the House to enable me take on the case. So they petitioned the Speaker of the House of the 9th Assembly, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, who allowed me to lay the petition. I laid the petition, there was a public hearing, nothing came out of it. And then I started writing to the Ministry of Works. I even communicated with the contractor. I have copies of all the letters here with me in the studio. And nothing came out of it. So I decided it was time to see the minister. So I wrote to the minister and I got the minister's audience. And the minister said they were going to investigate. They started the investigations, obviously, but I didn't see anything happen much. So I ended up visiting the minister, I believe it was 3 times. And eventually, it dawned on me at the public hearing last week that the minister did actually investigate. And that, if I get my dates right, in 2021, the ministry had a very important meeting with the contractor. The contractor is called DC Engineering, and it's believed to be chaired by King Oba from Ogun State. So basically they met, and the KBC was present. They did a walkthrough, and they found out that actually that was in 2021. They found out, the director from the works who did that inspection found out that the amount of money that was mobilized was not showing because the contractor did not have a project site office, they had no construction site office, and inadequate equipment. That I found out at the public hearing last week. Initially, I thought nothing was actually going on, but actually within the Ministry of Works, they were going on. But why I got really, really concerned about this blackmail was that the contractor's lawyers wrote a letter to the committee that is investigating in the House of Rep, and I had to present my case before the committee. And I had the evidence to do so. And at that hearing, the contractor, he repeated the same thing that his lawyer had said in the letters, that I had brought another contractor, and that was why I was witch hunting them. It was proven that I knew nothing about that other contractor. And when you look at it, I did a repeat motion in July of 2023 when I resumed back in the House again for the 10th Assembly. I did another motion in July. If I was aware that the contract had already been cancelled and that they had new contractors, would I, if I had been the one who brought the contractors, would I have done another motion? As of July of this year, I was still crying out. This road project, the contract was given out in 2018. I always like to get my facts right, so I have my iPad here with me. The contract was given out in 2018. To date, the contractor has collected almost 2 billion naira. Yet, the community experts say he has only done less than 1 kilometer of the road, which has been badly done. And then the ministry says at the time when he was asking for evaluation, he had only done 6% or 7% of the road, and he had collected, at that point, 1.4, I believe he had collected 1.475 billion naira. He wrote a letter to the community at one point saying that the reason why the work wasn't being done very quickly, I have that letter here with me, is that he said reasons for slow pace of work. And he claimed that it was the rain and intimidation of their workers. This contract was a 2-year contract that was given out in 2018. And then he's writing a letter, after several letters to him, he's writing a letter on the 31st of August, 2022. After my second motion in 2023, he now moved back to site and started pouring asphalt, poor quality asphalt work, as judged by the communities. In a nutshell, this is a clear case of a contractor who has failed on his obligation. But rather than take responsibility for his actions, he's now trying to malign me and partnering me with the Ministry of Works on issues I know nothing about. And I believe it's in a bid to confuse the committee of the House that's investigating, and also in a bid to intimidate me, to stop me from continuing to ensure that my people, that's my constituents, Oluyole Federal Constituency, get what belongs to them. They're entitled to have a good road where there are no fatalities. I cannot imagine the number of people who have died on that road because of the shoddy job that has been done thus far. There's a point where the road is like almost 4 lanes. They took down people's houses, people's businesses to accommodate the road, and it's about 4 lanes, and then it comes to a bridge, and the bridge looks like it's 1 lane. I have the photographs here with me in the studio as well. The bridge looks like it's 1 lane. So when people are not familiar with that area and they are driving down, they drive into the river. And so many people have lost their lives. This contract was supposed to be for 24 months. And we believe that only 1 kilometer of the road has been done thus far. The contractor has collected 1.975 billion as of today, an advance payment of 1.475, which was collected within between 3 and 6 months of them getting the contract. And then after the contract was cancelled, there was monies that they claimed they had put in the bills for, that they were paid for, which I also found out at the public hearing. Now, they're also alleging that that contract was a 9 billion contract, and now it's been moved up to, I believe, 40, is it 54? Let me not quote that number, but that basically that ministry and I have colluded and we have moved up the contract. I'm not holding brief for the ministry, but a contract that was given out in 2018 at 9 billion, there's inflation, and then plus there was another issue that came out at the public hearing, which my people and I had been complaining about. That is the structural design of that road. There was something off about it. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had like 4-lane looking road that becomes 1 lane over the bridge. So when you look at that, obviously, maybe, I'm not holding brief for them, maybe that was the reason for the variations that is going into the new contract, but I can't hold brief for them because I do not know. The Ministry of Works also said at the public hearing...
We're almost out of time, so please allow me to interrupt you. Now, okay. From what I understand, the contract has been re-awarded. So what is the state of the road project now? Is there a realistic time frame, at the moment for residents and travelers, to anticipate probably the completion of that road so that we can avoid all the needless loss of lives that you've spoken about?
Yeah, thank you for that question. Yes, definitely, from what was said at the public hearing, the road has been awarded to another company. And from what the old contractor, DC Engineering, said in their letters to the committee, it has been re-awarded to another company. And from what the Director of Works said at the public hearing, he says that they're working on getting the mobilization and everything out, concluding the paperwork with the new contractor to enable them go to site. And I believe once they go to site, another 24 months, God willing, my people should have some respite.
All right. Hopefully the contract is honored by this second company, but you did state, and it's been reported in the media, that you're quite upset with the way that you have been portrayed by these individuals, especially the DC Engineering company. Will you be suing the company or looking for any other sort of restitution for maligning your character, allegedly?
Yes, I said it at the public hearing that no lawyer who knows the codes, the criminal codes of Nigeria with regards to libel, will do what the lawyer did on behalf of DC Engineering. And the lawyer's name is, I believe, Tolu something. Can you imagine? My namesake. And I definitely told them at the public hearing that I expect them to retract in 5 national dailies, including This Day, The Nation, Punch, Tribune, and a fifth national paper, to go back and retract all the false accusations and the lies that they have attached to my person. If they do that, then I may not go to court anymore. But should they refuse to do that, then I'll have no choice but to go to court to get my reputation in order. Because I have taken an oath, and that oath is to serve my people, and I will not have my name destroyed because I intend to serve my people and serve my people well. This is corruption fighting me. This is corruption fighting me to intimidate me into silence. And the waste of taxpayers' money in Nigeria and the economic stability of Nigeria needs to stop. Corrupt contractors need to be called to order. And that's exactly what I have done. And that's why they say I'm witch hunting them. And I haven't done it for any personal interest.
Well, thank you so much, Honorable Tolulokpe Akande-Sadipe, for that very detailed, information about what's been going on. And we salute your courage and thank you for everything you're doing for your constituency. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.